Hello, my name is Chris, and today we're gonna talk about the book The Giver and Harrison Bergeron. So, The Giver is a book about this boy called Jonas, who is in a community which is very equal. They have the equality as a big rule, which then gives more rules to the community. So he is. They don't have color in the community. They can't lie. They have precision of language, so they don't have most of like our language that we have today. So like they don't know about love. They don't know about death. They think that death is. They don't know what death is, so they kill people as releases. If someone does something wrong, like very wrong, not a normal wrong, like very wrong, or if a baby doesn't weigh enough to live, they put like venomous injections on them. So then Jonas, he tries to go past the boundary of memory. Then, so the boundary of memory is the place where if the receiver memory passes, every memory of the past will go out. He wants to do that to end the equality and become a normal community of color and everybody be happy again. So when he did that, he did it with his friend Gabe, a baby that didn't pass the age. So he didn't pass away. So he was about to get released, but then Jonas stole the baby and went to the boundary. When he got to the boundary, he heard music and saw his lead, which was the first memory he ever got. And the music he heard, he thought perhaps it was an echo. So this is a story about Harrison Bergeron, which was a boy that was took over his parents in a very young age because he was very smart, very pretty, and prettier than anyone else, very stronger than anyone else. So his parents didn't mind because they had a chip in their head that prevented them from thinking, because every time they thought, the government would just zap their heads and they wouldn't think of anything else again. So one day, Harrison escaped from jail and was like, I'll make this community better and I'll rule them all. This is my community now. So he got one of the ballerinas, which was the mask of her head because she was very pretty. So she couldn't show her face because then people would get jealous and she would get from jail as well. So she got her and she just went to his plan as well. And they started like, we're gonna rule this community. Then the government came and shot him and the ballerina right in the head. In both books, they have family, but in both books as well, none of the family seems to care very much about them, since in The Giver, his mother and his father don't love him, they only appreciate his acts. And in Harrison Bergeron, his mother and father they remember him and didn't care about him because when they started to think about him, they just vanished his thoughts because of the shock, and his mother is just dumb. So I think you compare the both worlds and about loving and friends. Seeing friends, Bears and Bergerons, we don't see anything, since in The Giver we do. But even though both books don't have the seeming or the sense of love, because with love you have friendship, and with friendship you become a happier person, because in both of the books none of them are happy. Only the giver knows a bit of emotion or happiness after he gets his memories. So in the comparing the books, they're both similar, but the giver has more emotion in it, as in Harrison Bergeron he seems to have the emotions. Harrison Bergeron does has the emotions by himself, but doesn't, he gets killed before sharing everything he had, even though he did want to rule the world.